Now before I begin the video, I need to mention this very clearly that this is totally my subjective opinion and you are absolutely free to agree or disagree. I would even like to hear your thoughts in the comment section below as to what exactly is your favorite rom-com anime of the year. With that being said, I would of course give my reasonings for this particular choice in the video, so please stay tuned till the very end to find out more. Now in 2020, we've got some pretty nice collection of rom-com series, from the sequels to popular anime shows to totally new anime that just started this year. Moreover, my taste has also changed throughout the year because of the shows that were coming out one by one, but now as the year is coming to an end, I can definitely say that Tonikaku Kawaii is the rom-com of the year, at least for me. So hello and welcome to WonderYZ, my name is Soham and today we are going to talk about Tonikaku Kawaii. But before that, if you are new here, then please consider subscribing to our channel since I do weekly anime and manga related content. We are also trying to hit 5,000 subscribers by the end of 2020, so a like and sub would be massively appreciated. With that being said, let's begin the video. Now I genuinely think that this year the biggest contenders for the title of rom-com of the year are among the following: Kaguya-sama Season 2, Oregairu Snafu Season 3, Rent-a-Girlfriend and Tonikaku Kawaii. While I love all these shows and I also read the manga for all of them, but I still believe that Tonikaku Kawaii is the best among them, at least in terms of the anime that came out in this particular year. Because I'm making a prediction right now for 2021 that Kaguya-sama Season 3 will be the rom-com of the year for next year, because most likely it is going to adapt the entirety of the school cultural festival arc, and chapters 136 and 137 will make the show the rom-com of the year. Moreover, I'm not saying that the other shows were bad in any way or form. Oregairu was perfect. It was a much awaited show and it was absolutely perfect in my opinion. But I still think that Tonikaku Kawaii truly takes the spot of the rom-com of the year from all the other contenders for one basic reason, and that is the fact that it is a true rom-com. There are no unnecessary shenanigans of drama that's involved here, and the MC is probably the most Chad of an MC, and it delivers the romantic comedy element without making the readers cry for the non-lead characters. I'm looking at you, Oregairu. I still feel bad for Yui, even though Hachiman's proposal scene was absolutely amazing. Now basically the plot of Tonikaku Kawaii is simple and straightforward. Nasa-kun is simply a prodigy, but one fine night he is almost met with a very deadly accident because of said reasons. However, he is saved by the girl of his life and his future wife Tsukasa Tsukuyomi. Yeah, you heard me right. The girl straight up saved the MC from Truck-kun. That right there is basically confirming the fact that she is the best girl. Sorry Chizuru, I really didn't think that someone would be able to take your spot, but alas, Tsukasa for the win. She is indeed the best girl of 2020. And what happens next is basically beyond your imagination, because the MC is not a dense asshole and they actually get married 2 years after that incident in the very first episode of the show. Yeah, again you heard me correct. What follows next is simply the most wholesome anime experience that you can ever get, in the form of this newly married couple discovering their lives as a husband and a wife. And there's a lot of story threads and plot points that will keep you engaged. The side characters provide a very fun experience, and the Yuzaki parents were some of my favorite additions to the story. The show also gives references and Easter eggs to many different pop culture stuff, from Neon Genesis Evangelion to Star Wars, and from Renamon of Digimon Tamers to Street Fighters. Hell, there's even a manga chapter dedicated to Avengers Endgame. It's not exactly adapted into the anime yet, but I thought that I should just mention it. Now of course it seems like the story has taken some inspiration from the Princess Kaguya tale, and there are some concerning plot threads from the manga that hint towards something very big. But for now, I'll just leave it out because the first 12 episodes of Tonikaku Kawaii, or Tonikawa Over the Moon for You, is probably the most wholesome, lovey-dovey romantic comedy show that you can get, where you don't have to deal with drama that will make you have an existential crisis, where you won't feel bad for the rejection of the secondary characters, and where you will not hate the MC for being the most stupid entity in existence. Granted, the anime has only adapted a very small portion of the manga so far, but still this is indeed my rom-com of the year, with Oregairu being a close second. Yeah, if we are considering both these shows side by side, then Oregairu is a better show overall, but hey, it's still the final season of the series with the most amazing proposal scene. But if we are purely considering the rom-com genre without including other subgenres like slice of life or even drama, then I can say for sure that Tonikaku Kawaii is indeed rom-com of the year for 2020. Along with this, I would also advise each and every one of you to read the manga as well. The manga is absolutely awesome and also a major win for the opening. The opening of Tonikaku Kawaii is simply mesmerizing. But this is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. These are my thoughts on Tonikaku Kawai. What do you guys think about all of this? Please mention your thoughts in the comment section below. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining in. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more. This is Wonder YZ, and I'll see you soon on the next one.